Hey, what's up, everyone? Pasay Butter here. We are now on this May 23rd, 2023 NBA Game Day. We got this game number 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals between Boston Celtics and Miami Heat. Man, this series is actually up 3-0 in favor of Miami Heat. So this game number 4 will be in Miami. So Miami Heat actually now has the opportunity to actually sweep this series and go to the finals yet again. Again, I'm just inviting everyone who have not subscribed yet to our YouTube account or YouTube channel, Pasay Baller. Please click on the subscribe button below. At the same time, hit on that bell logo. That way, automatically, you guys will be receiving notifications whenever new videos are uploaded. By the way, the game will actually start at around 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be 8:30 a.m. here in Manila. Minus 1.5, that's actually the spread that is given. And finally, the minus is actually given towards Miami Heat. The minus was still given towards the Boston Celtics, even way back in game number 3, even if it was Miami's home. So finally, the Cappers earned. Finally, Miami Heat earned the Cappers' respect on this game number 4. But as you can see, it's still not that much, right? Minus 1.5. It's still a very low spread, but at least the minus is now with Miami Heat. As we know, we actually provide free picks right here in our little channel, Pasay Butter. But for those who would want to avail our premium picks, you can actually just reach us through Instagram, Telegram, or Messenger. Just check on the description of these videos that we have. We actually provide the picks there way earlier for NBA. We also provide the best picks that we have for Major League Baseball and National Hockey League. Right, so let's talk about this one. Miami Heat, they would still have the home court advantage on this. That's a check mark. Obviously, momentum is still with Miami Heat. That's another check mark. And perhaps let's just check on the availability of the players. For Boston Celtics, it's still the same shit. Danilo Gallinari is out. For Miami Heat, Hero, Oladipo still out. But it seems like they don't care because Miami Heat is actually doing great. But Kevin Love is actually listed as questionable because of that injury that he had. I guess it was his foot or it was his ankle. I don't know. That was on game number 3, right? So he's listed as questionable. So in terms of availability and health, Boston Celtics would have a slight advantage because again, Tyler Hero is still not there, and Kevin Love will ensure how healthy he would be or if he'd be able to, play up. This is gonna be tough. This is a closeout game. In terms of series, I guess it's done. Miami Heat already got this, but let's talk about game number 4. And it's gonna be hard, especially that Kevin Love is actually hurt. I know Kevin Love doesn't score a lot. Kevin Love doesn't grab a lot of rebounds, but his presence actually helps out. It adds confidence to them having a veteran like him, an experienced player on the court. Whenever they are with him, I'm pretty sure that the other players are positively affected. So we will see. It's going to be very hard for Miami Heat to close this one, I guess, despite of the momentum that they have, despite of the great games that they've had from games 1 to 3. As always, it's going to be very tough for you to close out an opponent, especially if the opponent is as good as Boston Celtics. And one thing that I would want to consider here is that for games number 1 to 3, Miami Heat has shot the ball well. For Boston Celtics, not that much. For games number 1 to games number 3, right? Maybe they did for some parts of the game, but if you take a look at it overall, not that much as compared to Miami Heat. So I'm like, would it happen for like 4 games? Right? I mean, just apply the law of averages. There would be a situation wherein at least finally Boston Celtics would wake up and finally put the ball inside the basket, or it's the other way around. Finally, Miami Heat would actually miss those shots. That's one thing that I'm actually considering. And of course, Boston Celtics, they are trying to avoid they're trying to avoid the media's attack on them being swept. So if you're Boston Celtics, you want to take this game, and want to go back to want to go back to Boston and try to nail that game. But of course, again, one game at a time. It's not impossible for them to nail this game number four. I know Miami has a lot of confidence right now, and I know I've been trying to select Boston Celtics from games number 1 to 3, and man, Miami Heat has been on a roll. But this game number four, again, this is gonna be tough. I'm not gonna be surprised if Miami Heat would go out there and have a 20-point lead. Neither would I be surprised if Boston Celtics would go out there and and play like Boston Celtics, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna pick the Boston side still on this one. Again, just like what I said earlier, I just can't imagine that it will be 4 games that Boston Celtics would shot the would shoot the ball poorly, and it will be like 4 games that Miami Heat would actually shoot the ball well. I mean, maybe some of you guys would say like, hey, wow, how about Denver and Lakers? Man, nah, Lakers actually played for like a couple of games well. They did well. It's just that Denver Nuggets played better. And this one, man, Boston Celtics, they just don't look like Boston Celtics. You know what I'm saying? So I'm expecting game number four to be on their end. I'm expecting Boston Celtics to actually win the game. But of course, a plus was given, so let's take that spread. My pick on this one would Boston Celtics plus 1.5. Again, that's Boston plus 1.5. Peace out. Pase love and God bless.